Morning. All right, I'm rushing to get into the office. I'm running about 6 minutes late and just wanted to jump on really quickly because this is a conversation that myself and other female friends of mine have all the time. And I know I can't have this conversation with every woman. I am well aware that I cannot have some of the conversations I have with every woman because every woman is not able to think logically, rationally, or without interjecting a lot of feeling into the conversation. Women, a lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women today have very much been indoctrinated. And so for them to have a conversation about feminism, especially modern day feminism, fourth wave feminism, is really, really hard. Like they can't extricate the idea. I'm about to lose my files. They can't extricate the idea of, yes, every person on the planet, regardless of sex or gender, should have equal rights, right? That's something that I technically stand behind. I think every person, regardless of sex or gender, should have the same rights to opportunities, jobs, owning land, having credit cards, all of it. Like that's the part of mine. That is not the only message. That's what I'm going to say. That's not the only message. There are many other covert messages that for some reason a lot of women can't seem to extricate. You can't seem to be able to critically think and say, there's another message here. And that message is not about every person on the planet, regardless of sex or gender, having equal rights or equal opportunity. There's other messages at play. That's what, some women are not able to do. So when you talk about feminism is bad, feminism is wrong, and it's hurting us, right? They immediately jump their mind to, our grandmothers and our great grandmothers couldn't do this, and granddad was abusive. Like they immediately go to this place, and I'm like, okay, so you weren't alive then. You weren't alive then. I don't know how how all our great grandfathers were so abusive to our great grandmothers, and how horrible it was. Yes, I'm not going to disagree that for some people it was horrible. But overall, would you say overall? Because I'm going to be honest, that definitely wasn't my experience, and that does not mean that it didn't happen. Like I'm able to critically think. I'm able to have my worldview and also be able to see other people's opinions, see other people's points of view. That's what I require to have a conversation with someone. Like if you are so entrenched in your worldview that you can't see anybody else's thoughts or opinions, critical thinking is superseded by selfishness. Yeah, because it's like everyone has an agenda. If it doesn't match my worldview, if it doesn't match my agenda, forget it. Forget it. It's invalid. But see, critical thinkers, we can do that. Like we have an openness about us that says, yeah, I have my worldview. This is how I grew up. This is how the people in my life were. And I am open to the fact that for someone else, it was not that way. See, that's the difference. Yeah, I can actually open myself up to the fact that, okay, maybe other people didn't live this way. Maybe other people didn't experience what I experienced. That's what I want people to be able to do, especially if I'm going to have a conversation with you. Because, yeah, if you're so entrenched in your worldview, I'm like, okay, well, we don't even need to, I don't even need to waste this breath, these words, this time. I got other things I got to do, especially now. Like, I don't need to have this conversation. I don't. So I want you to be able to critically think. I want you to really be able to see there have been some messages slipped in there. There have been some negative messages slipped into this conversation about gender or sex equality. And we see the result of it. One of the messages about, women should be able to have sex like men. How? What is beneficial about that? Why would I want to have sex like a man, have sex with a stranger? Why would I want to have casual sex without commitment, without marriage, without a man's love and his heart being? Why? Like, you have to be able to critically think. Why would you want to do that? It's like y'all want the right that other people have to destroy themselves. Like, oh, these other people are out here destroying their lives, and I want to be able to do that. That's the equality I want. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you want the equality to destroy your life? Like, common sense would tell you that's not a good idea. But yet, that's what people are on. Like, I want to be able to just destroy my life. I want to do something that's going to lower my chances of being happy long term or having a good life long term. But other people are doing it. And it's just like we have a trend, and I've seen it. And I'm not going to lie, I get in conversations with men about this, and it's a hard pill to swallow because it's not who I am. It's not who anybody in my family is. I was not raised this way. I don't understand it. Like, I truly don't understand it. Okay? It's like speaking another language when men say this, but I know it's true now. Like, I finally opened myself up to the reality that what they're saying is the truth. It is happening. And what am I speaking of? Women leaving their children. Women leaving their children. Women abandoning their children. Women being in a relationship with a man, having kids, and if the relationship don't work out, they don't want him and they don't want their children. That is mind-blowing. That is like mind-blowing to me. But it's happening. It's a whole thing where, and guess what? Men have been doing it for years. Men have been running off for years and leaving children with the mother. So you want to follow in a man's immoral footsteps? Because that's what you're saying. You want to follow in a man's immoral, unethical footsteps. No, that ain't the equality that I personally want. I don't want to do that. So, y'all, we have to think critically. We have to have a return to common sense and decency and morality. I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave my kids. I don't want to go out here and sleep with a bunch of men. How does that benefit me long term? It doesn't. It doesn't. There are things that maybe men have been doing for years that, quite frankly, I don't want to do. I believe I'm better than that. I am the fairer sex. I've always said that. Yeah, pedestalize me because there's a whole lot of things that men do that I'm not doing. I'm not doing that. And I am the woman, if I can be so bold, I am the woman that men are willing to pursue, that men see my value. They know that if they obtain an Anita, they're getting something. They're getting something exponential in their life. I'm adding value to their life. Like, life just got better. Their black and white world just turned to technicolor. That's what happens when a man and I partner together. And he takes on the responsibility of me. It is invaluable to him. But it's like I need to teach women how to be that woman again. Because I'm going to be honest with you, ladies, a lot of women, like, they add no value to a man's life at all. They are nothing but a liability. And I mean in more ways than one. So not only are they not, adding any value in terms of emotion or peace of mind or whatever, they're not bringing anything physically, anything tangibly. They could possibly embarrass him when they go out based on how they're dressed, based on what they're doing, based on not taking care of their kids. I mean, they're a liability. A lot of women are a liability to a man. And that has got to change. I don't believe that that's most of us. I believe that most women most women, if I could be so frank, are good women or want to be great women. But there is a small percentage of us, it's like my grandfather always said, it's them few rotten apples that's going to spoil the whole basket. That's what's happening right now. That's what I believe is happening. Those few rotten apples are spoiling the whole basket. They got men out here throwing all the women away because of these few rotten apples. Oh, these modern day women, all the women are like this. No, they're not. No, they're not. I'm here to testify. I know plenty of women that are not like this. I know, and how about this? I know plenty of women that don't even have social media. They're not on social media at all. They are out living a fantastic life. They're out, living their life. They're not thinking about social media. They're not posting on social media. They're not, taking these shots in the mirror with their behind to the, they're not doing any of that. They're like, I tell people a lot of stuff that happens on social media. A lot of my girlfriends that don't have it, and they're like, oh, like this is a thing. I'm like, yeah, this is a whole thing. This is a whole thing. And they're just like, I had no idea. So trust me when I tell you. And I have to get on the men. I have to say, you know what? If you think all women are as crazy as these women on social media, you spending too much time on social media. That's all you telling me. Okay, I'm parked. I watched my grandparents not get along, but leaving was never an option. They worked it out. Yeah, but people are less committed. And again, it's because y'all really think that everybody in your phone is a possible love interest. Like that cracks me up. Like seriously, y'all crack me up. Y'all really think everybody in your phone is a potential love interest. And that is so far from the truth. You think people in Australia, people in London, people in South Africa, people in India, people across the country from you think people 2 states over is a potential love interest. Nope. They're really not. And science and data has shown us for years that the people who tend to connect and stay connected, the people who tend to get in relationship and stay in relationship, there are people who are within close proximity of each other. So people we work with, people we go to church with, people we see at the grocery store every Sunday, people that are within a certain mile radius of where we live. That's what the science tells us. And yeah, what y'all are trying to do is cross borders and cross countries and go, but that stuff don't work. And you know it. That stuff does not work. Your best bet is maybe 1 state over. Maybe. And that's a big maybe. That's your best bet. Your city or within your state, that's your best bet. Maybe the next state over. That's it. But y'all be looking at social media and looking at people, I live in Virginia, and y'all looking at people in California. Y'all looking at people in Chicago. You looking at people in Houston. No, that's not viable. It's not viable. It's exciting. It's fun. It's fun to message and it's fun to text and all of that, but it's not real. You cannot have a real relationship with all these people in your phone. And how about this? Let's go a step further. So you found them on Instagram? Who else they found on Instagram? Okay? Because if you found them on Instagram, sliding in the DMs, okay? You on Instagram, they on Instagram. So who else are you finding? Who else are they finding? Like, to me, if that's how you got them, that could be how you lose them. So, no, we gotta, what we're doing isn't working. And people, they love to push back when I say that. Like, I talk about traditionalism and values and morals. And it's like, again, you cannot critically think for yourself and realize what we're doing really isn't working. Like, we're in a loneliness epidemic. We're having all these problems. Our kids are having all these problems. Like, how could you, in your right mind, think what we're doing is positive? Like, how could you think that it's good? It's not. You're in denial and you've drank something that they're feeding you. So nope. All right, I'm here at my office. I posted a reel about feminism. I want you to check it out. Give me your thoughts on it. And again, I want you to try to open your mind up past, because in my mind, gender equality and feminism are not the same thing. They're not. Sex and gender equality, yay, I'm all for it. Feminism, no. Okay? And we think that, oh, it's made women better and smarter and freer. And no, it really hasn't. It really hasn't. And if you were honest with yourself and honest with other people, like you'd be able to see that. I'm going to be honest right now. I'm going to be vulnerable right now. You ready? Because of what we're going through, because of everything, all the mess that we're going through right now, I think women such as myself, our options are now limited. Our options have gone down because, like I said, that bad apple analogy. I meet men all the time, but they're like, we women today, I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze. That's their favorite expression. And so I'm immediately excluded. I'm immediately like, I'm not even an option because of all the nonsense that we're seeing out here. But ladies, if you are a good woman, if you are a great woman, if you keep your clothes on online, you're not twerking your naked behind online, you're actually, have something of value to bring to a man, we need to start gatekeeping. We need to be the women that starts to call out a lot of this foolishness. Like, it has to come from us. We have to start gatekeeping, because the reality is the women who are not great, they're bringing every woman's value down. Really think about that. They're starting to bring every woman's value down. Now, I know a lot of good men where, like I said, they know me. So they're like, nope, Anita's a quality woman. Like, if you and her, get along, if she sees fit to give you a chance, bruh, Anita's a quality woman. She not going to embarrass you. None of that's going to happen. Yes, I have a lot of men like that in my life, but even the new men whose path I cross, they're just like, no. Like they will not touch me with a 10-foot pole, because they're thinking, no, you're like all these other modern day women. So ladies, we need to start stepping up. We need to start speaking out. And that's exactly what this platform is going to do. It's going to help women. It's going to teach women. It's going to hold women to task. It's going to hold women accountable. And I may step on some toes. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to do it out of love, but I'm going to do it. So that's what you need to know. And fellas, I'm going to redirect you to a platform for men, because men have their work to do as well. We're not alone in this. Men have their work to do as well. But you know what? I believe that all of this can be turned around by women, getting back up on that pedestal. That's just me. I think if women got back up on that pedestal and they bring value and morals, and, as I always say, our society's morals are very much tied to our women. And when our women are completely immoral and unethical and doing all this crazy stuff, it's like, ooh, those disgusting Americans. Oh my God. People look down on us. My God. I mean, the women, oh my God. And I mean, it's like I said, I can't even watch these male podcasts that have all the like hookers and the OnlyFans girls and the prostitute. I can't even watch that. It is so disgusting. It is so sad. Like, I truly have compassion. How did we get here? So I got to get going, because my client's going to start at 10 o'clock. I just want to look at your comments really quickly. Men and women need to seek wisdom and discernment for who is worthy of our investment. Most definitely. Love the way you speak truth. Thank you. Yeah. A lot of women want a man to be a leader, but are not able to follow his lead. 1,000%. And look, I'm going to go on later, because I got something else to say. And I'm going to tell y'all about a conversation I had with my 80-year-old mother on Sunday. Like, we are both horrified with like what we're seeing out here with women. But it's shocking that women don't take the opportunity when they're with their man to relax. Like, I know I do. When I have a man, I'm like, I don't do nothing. I don't say nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't plan nothing. I don't drive. I don't do nothing. Okay. I'm like, what we doing today? You know, like, where we going? Like, I live for that. I live for that because I have to make decisions in every other area of my business and with my family. Nah, if I got a man, I need to drop that masculine stick real fast. Never with my man. Never with my man. So that's for another discussion. All right, I got to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you for supporting the platform. Have a great day out there today. Stay safe. And as always, stay open to love.